Human-made climate change poses a major threat to life on planet Earth. A temperature rise of only a few degrees puts the livelihoods of billions of people at risk. In 2015, world leaders agreed in Paris to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees compared to pre-industrial levels, and to do their best to limit it to 1.5 degrees. In the Paris Agreement, countries committed themselves to self-defined plans and targets in which they commit to climate action, for example, to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. However, climate activities, which governments have promised in their national policies and their pledges under the Paris Agreement to date, are not enough. Even if all promises by all governments are kept, the world would still be more than 3 degrees warmer by the end of the century. It is clear that more action by more actors is needed. The good news is, thousands of cities, regions, and businesses are already committing to reduce their emissions and to help communities to adapt to climate change. And their potential is tremendous. For example, by using energy more efficiently, investing in climate-smart infrastructure and low-carbon transport. This is especially the case where all actors join forces in international initiatives to combat climate change. If all of their commitments are fully implemented, these climate initiatives have the potential to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by up to 18 gigatons of CO2 equivalents per year by 2030. An amount close to the 2014 emissions of USA and China combined. A 2 degrees pathway may be within reach, and the gap to a 1.5 degrees pathway may be significantly narrowed. This should be a strong signal for governments that achieving the goals set under the Paris Agreement is possible if they, first, embrace forces with other climate actors and climate initiatives, and second, are more courageous to accelerate the implementation of climate policies. This is especially important as climate action is also vital for sustainable development. Without effective climate action, sustainable development will be impossible. However, sometimes climate action can lead to unintended side effects and trade-offs. In our empirical work on international climate initiatives, we found that action for energy efficiency can have multiple benefits for sustainable development. It can increase energy access and reduce energy expenditure, improve health, reduce water pollution, and increase economic productivity. In some cases, however, there can be trade-offs. Some of them eventuate immediately, others with a delay. Some of the highest risks for trade-offs we found in cities. For example, when switching electricity generation from fossil to alternative sources like hydropower or bioenergy. This may lead to displacements of people living in watersheds as an immediate trade-off, water pollution taking effect rather in a delay, and reduced access to clean water and ecosystem services. Overall, effective climate action is imperative for sustainable development, even though short-term negative effects may be necessary to avoid long-term impacts caused by climate change. Hence, all climate actors must be aware of potential trade-offs of their actions in order to design it with minimal negative effects. We therefore call for an integrated approach and credible action on both sustainable development and climate action. To achieve coherent policies that maximize synergies between actions that combat climate change and foster sustainable development, and to ensure strong climate partnerships of diverse actors that contribute to a low-carbon future and at the same time to a future that is sustainable and beneficial for all.